Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to dig into something pretty big. It's Amazon CEO Andy Jassy's recent internal memo from
Right.
just June 17th.
Right. Very recent.
And he's calling generative AI a once-in-a-lifetime technology.
Yeah,
That's a huge statement.
it really is. And when you read through it, you see he means it. It's basically a plan for like rewiring the whole company with AI.
Changing how they operate, how they innovate, everything.
Yeah.
For customers, for businesses.
Right.
It sounds massive.
Yeah, and what's so valuable about this memo for you listening is you get this view right from the top, how a giant like Amazon isn't just, playing around with AI.
No, they're investing quite expansively, as he puts it.
Exactly, across pretty much everything they do. So our mission today, let's pull out the key stuff. What's Amazon doing right now?
Okay.
What's their big vision for the future with AI? And maybe most importantly, what does it all mean for you?
All right, let's unpack that. Once-in-a-lifetime tech. What does that actually look like on the ground? What's Amazon doing with Gen AI today? Because it sounds like it's already everywhere.
It really is. Jassy says in virtually every corner of the company, and the goal is always making things, better and easier for customers.
Right.
What's interesting is it's not just adding features. It feels more like they're fundamentally rethinking the customer experience using AI.
Okay, like how? Give us some examples.
So on the consumer side, you've got Alexa plus So. He calls it their next generation Alexa.
Okay.
It's supposed to be meaningfully smarter, more capable. But the key thing is, it can take significant actions for customers.
Actions, not just answers.
Exactly. Not just facts, but actually doing things for you. Then there's the AI shopping assistant. He says tens of millions of customers around the world are already using it.
Wow, tens of millions. Okay, so that's definitely not a test phase.
No way. It helps with finding products, making more informed purchase decisions, and they have specific tools too, like Lens.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Take a picture.
Right. Snap a pic and bam, shopping results. Or buy for me, letting an agent buy something for you from another site.
From another merchant's site. Really?
Yeah, and recommended size. Predicting the right clothes size based on what you bought before and how brands fit differently.
Okay, that's actually super useful. It takes the guesswork out. So
Yeah.
that's the customer side, which makes sense for Amazon.
Yeah.
But what about their sellers, advertisers?
Good question. It ripples through the whole ecosystem. He mentions nearly 500,000 selling partners are using Gen AI tools
500,000. For what?
to more easily create new product detail pages, get advice on selling better, and apparently the listings are measurably better.
Okay, so better listings, maybe more sales for them.
Probably. And for advertisers, a whole suite of AI tools to plan, onboard, create, and optimize campaigns. He says over 50K advertisers use these just in Q1. So they're pushing these tools out fast.
Democratizing the tech almost.
Exactly. But to really get the strategy, you got to look underneath at the AWS stuff for the builders.
Right, the foundations.
Yeah, this is where Amazon's really trying to control its own AI future. They're doing custom silicon Trainium 2.
Custom chips, like
Yeah.
specialized processors, just for AI.
Pretty much. Think purpose-built engines for AI. Makes training models and running them inference way more efficient, better price performance.
Got it. Cheaper, faster AI for people using AWS.
Right. Then there's SageMaker, making it easier to build those big foundation models, the core AI brains.
Oh, yeah.
And Bedrock, that's like their hub for using the best frontier models out there, the really cutting-edge stuff, and running them at scale.
So access to top AI models.
Yep. And they even have their own big model, Nova. Jassy says it gives leading intelligence at lower latency and cost.
Their own competitor model.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Plus tools for developers like Q and QCLI, making it easier to write code, like AI coding buddies.
So it's a full stack, from chips up to apps.
That-
That's a deep investment.
And I bet they're using all this internally too, right? To run Amazon itself.
Oh, absolutely. Huge internal efficiencies. Their fulfillment network. AI is improving inventory placement, demand forecasting,
Yeah.
robot efficiency,
Which hurts.
improved cost to serve and delivery speed, faster, cheaper shipping, basically.
Okay.
Their customer service chatbot, rebuilt with Gen AI for a better experience. And they're even using it to automatically assemble more intelligent and compelling product detail pages.
Wow. So it really is touching every single part.
Yeah, consumer, seller, advertiser, builder, internal ops. It's everywhere. Jazzy even says, I could go on, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I think we do. It's comprehensive.
And what's fascinating, like you said, is how it shows this core belief. AI isn't just a tool, it's becoming the new way they operate end to end. Okay, but here's where, for me, it gets really interesting. He says, despite all that, they're still at the relative beginning.
Right. That's the kicker.
So if that was just the start, what's next? What's the next big wave they see?
The next big wave, according to Jassy, is all about AI agents.
Agents. Okay, what does he mean by that exactly?
He defines them as software systems that use AI to perform tasks on behalf of users or other systems. So it's AI not just helping you, but actively doing things for you, a step beyond.
Acting on your behalf.
Okay.
Like what kind of tasks?
Oh, a huge range. He lists things like scour the web and summarize results, engage in deep research, write code, find anomalies, highlight interesting insights, translate language and code, and automate a lot of tasks that consume our time. Basically taking over the grunt work and even some complex analysis.
Okay, that sounds powerful. And what's the scale he envisions?
This is where it gets kind of mind-blowing. He predicts there will be billions of these agents.
Billions, with a B.
Billions. Across every company and in every imaginable field. And not just at work, also for shopping to travel to daily chores and tasks.
So personal agents, work agents, everywhere.
Yeah. And he adds, many of these agents have yet to be built, but make no mistake, they're coming and coming fast.
Wow. Billions of agents.
Yeah.
Feels like we're stepping into the future there. What does that mean for Amazon itself,
Yeah.
strategically, and for the people working there?
Strategically, it's huge. He says agents will change the scope and speed at which we can innovate for customers.
How so?
Teams can start almost everything from a more advanced starting point, less time on, rote work, more time thinking strategically. He even calls agents teammates that get wiser and more helpful with more experience. And he thinks this will make jobs even more exciting and fun.
Teammates.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to put it. So it's about augmenting human work, not just replacing.
That seems to be the vision. It's a fundamental redesign of how work gets done, shifting from doing tasks yourself to, managing intelligent agents that do them.
Okay. And Amazon's plan is to build these agents or enable others.
Both, it sounds like. He repeats they want to operate like the world's largest startup, using AI as a substantial catalyst.
Right.
They already have over 1,000 generative AI services and applications built or in progress, but he calls that a small fraction of what we will ultimately build.
Just a fraction. Wow.
They plan to lean in further and specifically make it much easier to build agents.
Okay, so this agent future is something they're actively building towards. Which brings us back to the people aspect. If agents are doing more tasks, what happens to the humans?
That's the big unavoidable question, isn't it? And Jassy tackles it head on.
What does he say?
He says that, yes, as GenAI rolls out, Amazon will need fewer people doing some of the jobs that are being done today and more people doing other types of jobs.
Fewer people in some roles, more in others.
Okay. And he's pretty direct. In the next few years, we expect that this will reduce our total corporate workforce.
He actually said reduce the workforce.
Yep. Due to efficiency gains from using AI extensively across the company, but he frames it as a transformation. Some jobs change, some go away, new ones emerge. It's about shifting skills.
Okay, so it's a transformation, potentially disruptive. What's his advice then for employees, or really for any of us facing this?
His advice is basically a call to action. He tells employees, be curious about AI, educate yourself, attend workshops, and take trainings.
Get educated.
Use and experiment with AI whenever you can. Participate in your team's brainstorms to figure out how to use AI to invent more and faster, and how to do more with scrappier teams.
Lean in, don't lean back. Be proactive.
Exactly. Don't just let it happen to you. Get involved in shaping how it happens. It's about active participation.
He also draws that parallel, doesn't he?
Yeah.
To the early internet days.
He does. He compared GenAI to the most transformative technology since the internet. And he mentioned starting at Amazon back in '97, lean teams, big challenges.
Right.
The subtext feels like, look, we've faced huge shifts before. We built amazing things. This is another one, maybe even bigger. Let's embrace it. It's a rallying cry.
And his bottom line seems pretty clear.
Yeah. Those who embrace this change, become conversant in AI, help us build and improve our AI capabilities, will be well-positioned to have high impact and help us reinvent the company.
It's a message about empowerment through adaptation, really, whether you're at Amazon or anywhere else.
Definitely. And it poses that question for you, the listener. How do you proactively get ready? How do you leverage this instead of just, reacting to it? The chance is there to help shape it.
What an incredible amount to unpack there. From AI being used right now,
Yeah.
touching millions of customers,
Already happening.
to this really bold, almost sci-fi vision of billions of AI agents fundamentally changing work and life.
Yeah.
The pace is just staggering.
It really is. And Jassie's message just hammers home that this isn't like a minor upgrade. It's a transformation on par with the internet, which means adaptability, curiosity, trying things out. That's going to be crucial for everyone.
So a final thought for you listening. Jassy envisions billions of agents changing daily life and work. Forget the big picture for a second. What personal agents do you wish existed right now? What tedious task would you automate? How could an agent help you innovate in your job or your life? And maybe more practically, how can you start embracing this tech? Be curious, learn, experiment, like Jassy suggests. Something to think about.